Okay, this is going to be my pay-per-view predictions for WWE Night of Champions. Or is it Night of the Champions? I never can tell, we should use those terms interchangeably. Let's just get started. Okay, first up, United States Championship match, which is going to be contested in a six-pack challenge match. That's not a thing. That's never been a thing. That's not like triple threat, three-way dance, fatal four-way. Six-pack challenge, meaningless nonsense. It's going to be a six-way match between the champion, Kofi Kingston, and his five challengers, Big Show, MVP, Jack Swagger, The Miz, and Carlito. This makes no sense. The booking for this makes absolutely no sense. Totally bewilders me. Once again, for me, it shows the ineptitude of the Raw bookers to create a coherent storyline. Because 3 weeks ago, Evan Bourne pinned the United States champion. Clean. He didn't receive a title match, and now he's not in this match. That makes no sense at all. Now, fair enough, you could argue the week later, Big Show beat him, so Big Show was the actual #1 contender to Kofi Kingston's US Championship, and they could have a one-on-one match for the title. You could argue that. I wouldn't necessarily agree with you, but at least there's some logic to that. But no, this is a six-man match. How can someone who's just pinned the champion not be involved in a six-man match? What? They've just brought in a load of randoms from other storylines, and fair enough, they're talented randoms, but Ed Bourne should be in this match. Another problem I have with this match is the fact that, in my view, 4 of the 5 challengers are better than the champion, which really is a problem in a championship match. For me, Carlito, The Miz, Jack Swagger, MVP, all better than Kofi Kingston. I know some people disagree with that. Some people are very big on Kingston. Personally, I think he's pretty good. I think he's very sloppy. I've never seen him wrestle a great match. I've never seen him cut a great promo. He's okay. I think those 4 guys are better than him. Having said all that, having voiced all my criticisms about this match, I actually think it would be a fairly entertaining match. The recent 3-on-3 tag match on Raw, containing most of these guys, was really rather good, very entertaining. So hopefully they can repeat that at Night of Champions and we get a good match, and I see Kofi Kingston retaining in that one. Next match, ECW Championship match between the champion Tommy Dreamer and the challenger Christian. Don't really know which way this one's going to go. Could go in a number of different ways. So I'm just going to say what I want to happen, and that's this. And I never thought I'd say this. I want Tommy Dreamer to retain the ECW Championship. Yes, I know, I feel dirty for saying it, but hear me out. Basically what I want to happen is Dreamer to win with like a roll-up or something stupid like that. And after the match, Christian to turn heel, slap Dreamer about for a bit, and later on be announced as Chris Jericho's mystery partner. I know a lot of my subscribers want to see the same thing. I think it makes sense. It really does. Jericho and Christian have tagged together before. It wouldn't just be a totally random heel turn because they've been building up to a Christian heel turn for a while now. Also, Jericho has already said that he hasn't picked his partner yet, so it wouldn't be unforeseeable that he'd wait till the last minute and pick Christian as his partner. I think it all works, plus you get an Edge Christian storyline when Edge comes back. This could be really good. They probably won't do it, but that's what I want to see. So yes, I want Tommy Dreamer to win. I think it'll be a terrible match. Christian's great. Dreamer pulls everyone down to his shitty level. So, rubbish match. Dreamer wins. Christian turns heel. Next match, Women's Championship match between the champion Michelle McCool and the challenger Melina. They've kind of given up on this feud. Basically, they gave it a bit of time in the build-up to the Bash. That was the first Women's Championship match on pay-per-view for a while, and it really didn't deliver. It wasn't a very good match at all. I know these two can wrestle a much better match than that, and I hope they do that at Night of Champions. But yeah, they've given up on this. Basically, the build-up to this feud was Melina going 2 days before the pay-per-view, I've invoked my rematch clause. That's not build-up. Next match, Divas Championship match. This match actually has had a hell of a lot of build-up, like 3 or 4 months worth, which I don't get because it's going to be a 4-minute long match, and it's probably going to be really awful. Maurice the Champion versus Mickie James. A few weeks ago I would have said Maurice will definitely win this match because they were playing up the idea that Maurice was scared of Mickie James, that Maurice couldn't beat Mickie James, and that usually means she's going to beat Mickie James. But Maurice beat Mickie James a few weeks ago, so all of that seems to be over now, so presumably Mickie James just wins here. Quite what Mickie James as Divas Champion achieves, I don't know, but I think they're going to do it. Maurice is a great character. She's not a great wrestler. I don't think Mickie James will be able to carry someone as green as Maurice, so yeah, that's how I see that going. Intercontinental Championship match, Dolph Ziggler versus Rey Mysterio. Once again, as with Kofi Kingston, I know a lot of people love Dolph Ziggler. I like him. I think he's good. I've never seen him wrestle a great match yet, and if anyone can pull a great match out of him, it will be Rey Mysterio, who is ultra talented. His feud with Chris Jericho proved that he still is that guy, and it also elevated the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm curious as to whether this match should be on pay-per-view. If this wasn't Night of Champions, if this was SummerSlam, would they put this match on pay-per-view? And I think the answer is yes. I think the Intercontinental Championship has been elevated to that kind of status again. I don't see Dolph Ziggler winning first time. I don't think there's any point in that. I think Rey Mysterio wins, continues the feud. Hopefully it's a good match, and Dolph Ziggler wins the Intercontinental Championship somewhere down the line. WWE Championship, don't really care about this. I think most of my subscribers won't care about this at all. Randy Orton, Triple H, John Cena. Raw just can't build a storyline right now. They're just caught up with too much gimmicky guest host nonsense. So I couldn't care less. I really couldn't. I think one of the faces will win. I really hope it's not Triple H. I'm going to pick John Cena. That's simple. Next match, Tag Team Championship match, Chris Jericho and a mystery partner versus Legacy. This is interesting because Jericho Edge was set to be such a brilliant storyline. It was set to, really be the best storyline in WWE for the next half a year. But somehow, even though Edge got injured, they managed to take this makeshift storyline, and Chris Jericho by himself is carrying another storyline. And it's once again elevated tag team wrestling, because this is the thing I think people are most interested about on this pay-per-view. This is the match that's getting the second most hype on this pay-per-view, this tag team match. Who's Jericho's partner going to be? And I really hope it's not a massive anticlimax with Chris Masters. No, I don't want to see Chris Masters. Chris Masters is so boring. Anyone who thinks they can reintroduce the full Nelson as a finishing move can go fuck right off. I really don't want to see Chris Masters. I know one of my subscribers said to me Chris Masters is going to tag with Brian Kendrick. Don't know if that's going to happen. But I hope he's not tagging with Chris Jericho. Once again, I'm hoping it's going to be Christian, so I'm going to predict that. And of course, they have to beat Legacy. A lot of people are saying Legacy will also break up during this. I have no idea about that. I don't really care. Legacy are so boring. I hope they do break up. I really don't want to see them win the tag titles. They can fuck off. So yeah, Jericho and mystery partner, hopefully Christian. Okay, last match, World Heavyweight Championship match between champions CM Punk and Jeff Hardy. I know a lot of people don't like this feud. They didn't like the whole eye injury thing. Personally, I really liked it. I don't get why people didn't like that. I just think they didn't like it because they hadn't seen something like that before. I thought that was all really good. But yeah, I think CM Punk is on a real roll right now. This, of course, is the most decisive point in his career. His last title reign was a total joke, really. It was a total bust. It achieved nothing. And this is the point where CM Punk either must elevate himself into megastar status or settle for being an upper mid-carder. And I think he's doing a really good job. I think the last few weeks his heel promos have been fantastic. I really don't see them taking the title away from Punk. I think it would be absolutely hideous booking, especially as Jeff Hardy is probably going to leave the company, it seems. So CM Punk's definitely going to win for me, definitely. And that's what I want to happen as well. So yeah, those are my predictions. Once again, I don't rate Jeff Hardy that highly as a wrestler, so I don't think this will be a great match, although Punk in the ring as well as on the mic has been on a roll recently. Punk's last 2 matches against John Morrison, then against Rey Mysterio, both fantastic matches. Punk's wrestling the best I've seen him wrestle in WWE. So hopefully this is a good match, but I don't rate Hardy that highly. So I hope Punk wins. Anyway, those are my predictions. Please give your views on them, tell me your predictions, rate this video, comment on this video, and subscribe if you wish.